Fam, would you believe if I told you there's a new zoo in Benin City? Yes, and this is not the popular Ogba Zoo. This is a new location and we're going to be experiencing it together. So, arriving here, the amount of cars parked were so much. We had to park far at the junction before we could, walk into the premise. So we're in the environment now and you can see it's the full family with mommy, daddy, everybody. So you're welcome to this new location. Tickets to gain entrance here cost 3,000 Naira, and guys, we're like over 10 that came. So I'm just trying to calculate at the top of my mind how much is being made here. But that's story for another day. Welcome to Temile Nature Park and Recreation Center. I can't wait to see what is inside because this is my first time. So there was a bit of scuffle at the gate because apparently water and drinks is not allowed into this place. So you can come in with your cooked food, but you can't come in with water, drinks and snacks because they sell those already inside. So many people who weren't aware of that, it caused a little bit of issue because they had to drop all their drinks at the gate and all of that. But we are in now, and the first thing I can say just coming in is that, guys, the crowd here was massive. At this point, I was in between. I didn't know if visiting during the Christmas period was a good idea because the crowd here was not what we expected at all. Like, guys, many people like enjoyment to see everybody's like the whole Benin gathered here. So first of all, let's walk towards their pool area. We actually came with our kids, so we were hoping that they would be able to swim even if we the adults don't swim. But immediately we got here and we saw the crowd, we're like, no. Even as we proceed towards the pool area, you see what I'm talking about. And like I said, entrance here, the entrance fee is 3,000 Naira only, and 3,000 Naira per person would give you the opportunity to do whatever you want to do. So once you pay that gate fee, you can do everything you need to do. So this is the pool area. You can see the one for kids, and at this point the MC, the person anchoring this session, was already saying if you are just coming, you just swim for 30 minutes. It wasn't even up to 30 minutes, I think it was 10 minutes. So they were virtually taking turns to get into the water, and I was like, no, not a good idea. So that's for the pool area. We'll be returning later in the day, probably when the pool area has calmed down a bit, so we can show you a fuller view of what that session looks like. But for now, let's just tour around the park. If it's your first time on our channel, you're welcome to Arlin TV. Of course, we're your favorite travel family. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, because I bet you don't want to miss out on any of our videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, of course, thank you so much. So as the name implies, this is a nature park and recreational center. So they have a lot of these sculptures scattered around just at different locations, and there are a lot of sitting areas too. Even though, like I said before, on the day we came, it was really crowded and it was difficult for us to even find somewhere to sit, but we eventually got somewhere. So there are a lot of these sculptures where children can just come in, snap pictures and all. But since I heard this was a zoo, I'm still waiting, and then I've already been directed to where the zoo session is, so I'm still waiting to get to the zoo session, and I'm hoping that these sculptures I'm seeing is not the zoo I'm hearing about. So we'll be going to the zoo session last to know what they have there. But basically, this is just a tour of the environment. You can see the sculptures, some bringing out water, just giving that children park kind of vibe. I feel like this is really a cool place. Probably on a less busy day, you can just come here, chill, relax, read a book and all. But for this Christmas period, the crowd was so much and it was really difficult to relax in the atmosphere. But that aside, it's a beautiful place. So now we are at the zoo session and I'm seeing some animals here. So they're labeled, of course, but then there were a whole lot. I noticed there were a whole lot of empty cages. So I feel like this is just a work in progress. We'll still be walking through and I'll be showing you every session so you can see porcupine. There were some labeled, but then I think there were so many empty cages. So I feel like probably work is still going on, but because of the Christmas period, they just had to rush in all they could to make sure it was ready for that, for this peak celebration period. So there are animals there. We would go further, you see ostrich, tortoise, crocodile, Yeah, even goats. Yes, goats and chicken and all. But then, personally, we are going to tell you as it is. I wasn't really impressed with the zoo area because it was just like regular animals. I was expecting to see something wow, because we also visited Mira Babangida, and then their zoo session will be dropping the video later on. You would see that one had so many animals. I could really count the number of animals I saw here, of which majority of them were just the normal regular animals we are conversant with. But then, like I said, I'm sure this is a work in progress, and then the management is still in the whole process of trying to bring in more animals and all, because like I told you, there were lots and lots of empty cages. So I know, okay, lots of animals are still going to be brought in because there's a bit of space to accommodate much. But then this is what the zoo area is. On an overall, the zoo area is pretty large. There's this area for which I think is supposed to be a fishing pond, though the ponds were empty at this point. But from the structure I'm seeing on ground, I think this is meant to be a fishing pond. So this area is just giving like maybe farmhouse vibe, you get. So I like the fact that trees are planted everywhere, so it's giving that natural vibe. It's giving that close to nature conservative vibe. Yeah, so this is still part of the zoo. We're still going to be exploring back. We're going to be exploring their game session and all of that as we proceed in this video. So if you've been here, if you visited, I think they've opened for, let me say, lesser than 6 months or so. But if you are in Benin City and you visited, let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts. Rate this place over 10. Is this somewhere you would want to visit again? I'm going to be dropping the exact location to this place in the description so you can check it out. Though we're just told opposite airport road, but guys, it was a long drive, so I'm going to be dropping the exact location in the comment section so that if you want to, in the description box, so if you want to visit, you can easily find your way there. And like I said before, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you've been here, or even if you've not been here, what do you think about this place? But it's a beautiful idea knowing that something like this is coming up in Benin City, because we're just used to the regular Ogba Zoo and all. So you can see that's why so many people came. And I think investments like this should be encouraged so that when it's time for outing, there are so many options of places people can go to. So we are going to, at this point, go and relax somewhere and eat. I told you can come in with your food and all. So we came in with our foods, but then we had to get water here. At a point, water was even no longer available here, and I could hear lots of complaints from people saying, oh, you didn't allow us bring water, and now the water in this place is exhausted. But guys, those are one of those things. So we are back to the pool area. So you can see at this point they were already rounding up with the swimming session, so someone was already there trying to clean the pool. And this building in front of us is like a small session where there are some games and they sell ice cream, water, snacks and all of that. So those activities are basically done here. You can just see the crowd of people in the pool, guys. This thing was not funny at all. But I was doing my mathematics to farm. I was like 3k per person times this crowd. Like, I feel like entertainment business is or this kind of stuff like amusement parks, all these kind of things are really good investments if they are well sited and well done. Because coming from Enugu, where we reside, the parks that just came up during the Christmas period, we saw how well they did. And this, wow, I just really hope they are able to manage it properly and, add 1 or 2 stuffs, listen to people's complaint and make the whole place better. We tried flying our drone here, but they told us that to fly our drone is 20k. So we kept our drone because we're doing publicity for you and then you want us to pay to fly drone. So we decided not to. We hope you enjoyed our vlog of this place. We hope you enjoyed our experience. As always, if you're here to click on the subscribe button, make sure you click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we upload new videos. I'll catch you in our next video. Bye.